one of the witnesses is on the phone with us, Danielle Fahey. Danielle, thank you so much for taking the time. How are you doing?
I'm okay.
What did you see?
But,
You're shaken up, I can only imagine. What did you see?
well, we were in the parking lot of the Greyhound station. We'd been there for about an hour, and we were waiting for our friend to get in from Baltimore at 3:30, and we were like 30 feet from the front door, and the next thing we knew, a police officer with his sirens on came and started yelling, and at first we thought maybe it was a fight or something, because things like that happen at Greyhound stations, and instantly I thought the police officer was very panicked, the first one on the scene, and I instantly thought that maybe there was a shooter inside because he was very panicked. And then next thing you know, there was 30 police cars there and ambulances and all sorts of different people.
Danielle, did you hear the shooting take place inside, or were you outside far enough away that you didn't?
Well, we weren't far enough away. I mean, we were right outside of the front door, but we didn't hear anything from the minute it started to the end. And we had the car off, windows down, and no music on, and we didn't hear anything. So that's why we were so confused when the police officer got there.
When this massive police presence arrived at the Greyhound bus terminal, were people being evacuated out of the terminal?
No.
What happened next?
No, no one left the terminal at all. I saw the police officers were the only ones coming in and out. No one ran, nothing. At one point, there was a little boy that was taken out. He was about 13. I'm not sure why he was taken out, but he was the only person that I saw leave the Greyhound station aside from a police officer the entire time.
And so what did you do when everybody started descending on the Greyhound bus terminal?
We rolled the windows up and stayed put. There were people outside of the Greyhound station that were sitting waiting for a ride, and they told them to just stay where they were. So they stayed there, and so we weren't sure if pulling out was going to cause a big scene or what, so we just rolled the windows up and stayed there.
When did you know that the scene was clear?
Well, we had police officers coming over to us. Once they figured out what was going on inside, they came over and they let us know, like, you need to stay put. It might be a little bit. And then a detective came over and got our information and said the police might be calling you. But if you need to leave, you're good to go.
Did you see any of the suspects? Did you see any of the people that were injured being taken out on the through the ambulance or anything?
We saw 4 people come out of the building. The first person we saw was the trooper, and he had blood all over his head. And we didn't know who he was at the time or anything about him, but just from looking at him, we could tell that he was dead, or at least very close to it. And then we saw a female come out and 2 other men in the span of like 25, 30 minutes.
Danielle, how frightened were you sitting in your car right outside?
It was terrifying. I was supposed to be on a Greyhound bus that got into the terminal at 2:30 today, which is exactly when this started. So for me, it was really scary because I easily could have been in there, but I decided to drive with my friend instead. So that was probably what scared me the most. And my parents didn't know that I was in Richmond, so I immediately called them and told them what was going on. It was both of us. We started crying when we saw him with the blood all over. We instantly started crying, and it was very scary.
A terrible situation for you, indeed. Danielle Fahey, thank you so much. An eyewitness to the scene that unfolded there about an hour and a half ago inside the Greyhound bus terminal where the shooting took place, injuring 4 people. 2 people are dead, including the suspect and a Virginia State trooper.